We love the jungle until we see the tiger for the first time. And from then on, we can never look at the jungle the same way. We can never walk underneath its boughs and feel safe, take joy in the things without some little piece of us remembering that tiger. When I was maybe 12 years old, me and my best friend were playing with water guns in the backyard. The water guns ran out, so we went to the hose, and the hose escalated as much as it's possible for hoses to escalate, and we were completely soaked. And the dog in the yard next to us was just going nuts the entire time, just barking its head off at us. And at some point, we turned the hose on the neighbor dog to shut it up. It was all great fun. We ended a little while later, and we left. A year later, I was going door to door selling lawn mowing services. Had the family lawnmower. I was mowing people's lawns for $10 or something. And I went up to the house next to my best friend's house, and I'm like, "Hey, mow your lawn?" He's like, "Yeah, sure. Go ahead." So I mowed the front yard, and as I was going out to the back with the lawnmower, the dog from a year ago jumped out from behind the lilac bush where he'd been hiding, bit me once in the knee, and then slunk back, knowing exactly what he'd done. He had all the looks of like, I'm so sorry, but you were a dick, you deserve that. But from that day on, to this very day, no matter how much I love dogs, I can't pet them without that little twinge, that little wonder of, you can't walk in the jungle after having seen the tiger and feel quite the same way. Once you've been below the water level of the world, once you've seen something that violates how we expect the world to go, we have a really hard time pulling ourselves back to the comfortable, familiar world that we live in. This is what happens to people who've been mugged. You were just walking along, minding your own business, somebody comes out and changes your world. It's not the money that's missing, that's the part that really hurts. If your house gets burgled, it's not the theft of things in most cases that really hurts. It's no matter what house you live in from then on, it's there. It sits inside of you, and anytime you're doing anything, part of you is wondering, I wonder if back at home, there's somebody in there. I have a friend who served 2 tours in Iraq. He's teaching the new soldiers now. He's teaching them how to survive if they go over there. And he gets really pissed off. He gets so angry. Because when he hears a gunshot, he's on the floor. He's dropped. He's hugging the dirt. And everybody's laughing their asses off at him. When he's driving down the street, everywhere he looks, in his mind, he doesn't see mailboxes. He doesn't see trash cans. He sees bomb, 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 bomb. And his heart races every time he walks out of the house. And at some point, it just starts wearing on him, and he can't go outside anymore because everywhere around, all he hears is bomb, bomb, bomb. Every time he hears something that could be a gunshot, he's on the ground and he hears laughter, and it wears at a person. You can't go into the jungle knowing that there could be a tiger somewhere out there. And we all know this. We all know that the world isn't particularly fair. We know it's not particularly kind. We know that right now, while you're sitting here at the AQ, there could be somebody in your house stealing your most precious things. We know that as you walk out tonight into the dark streets, someone could take your life, take your money, take your sense of well-being, your sense of orderliness in the universe. These are all possibilities. And we don't like those possibilities. We prefer to walk in the jungle and think, it's beautiful. The Buddhists call this Maya, the illusion of the world. We wrap ourselves in this illusion because the world sucks. The world is harsh, and the world does not care. So we learn to trick ourselves, to drug ourselves, to grab other illusions and stuff them into the places where our sense of well-being used to be. But we know, any woman who's ever been raped, there's nothing you can do to get rid of it. Any guy who's ever been raped, there's nothing you can do to get rid of that. There's nothing you can do to rebuild the illusion as perfectly as you once had it when you were young. It's called innocence. It's called a lie.